Once the constituencies are decided, then the next step it is the decide who can add and who cannot vote. And this decision cannot be left to everyone till at the last day. In a democratic election, the list of those who are eligible to vote is prepared much before the election commission and given to everyone. This list is officially called electoral roll and is commonly known as the voters list. Please underline what is electoral roll and what is voters list. This is an important step for its link to the first condition of the democratic election. Everyone should get an equal opportunity to choose representatives. Earlier, we read about the principle of the universal adult franchise that we already see in the first chapter also. In practice, it means that everyone should have one vote and each vote should have equal value. Please underline what it means universal adult franchise. Then, no one should be denied the right to vote without a good reason. Different citizens differ from one another in many ways. Some are rich, some are poor, some are highly educated, some are not so educated, not educated at all. Some are kind, some are not kind. But all them are human beings with their own needs and views. That is why all of them deserve to have equal says in decision that if affect them. In our country, all citizens aged 18 years and above can vote in the election. Please underline. Every citizen has the right to vote and regardless of his or her caste, religion, gender. Some criminals and persons with unsound mind can be denied the right to vote, but only in the rare situations. It is the responsibility of the government to get the name of all the eligible voters put the voters list. A new person attain a voting age, name are added in the voters list. Name of those who move out of the place or those who are dead or deleted. The complete revision of the list takes place every 5 years. This is how done. This is done to ensure that it remains up to date. In the last few years, a new system of election photo identity card (EPIC) has been introduced. Please underline. The government has tried to move this card to give this card to every person on the voters list. The voters are required to carry this card when they go out to vote, so that no one can vote for someone else. But the card is not yet compulsory for voting. For voting, the voters can show many other proofs of identity like ration cards or driving license. The nomination of the candidates. Nomination of candidates. We noted above that in a democratic election, people should have an real choice. This happens only when there are almost no restrictions on anyone to conduct an election. This is what our system provides. Anyone who can be voter can also be a candidate in the election. The only difference is that in order to a candidate, the minimum age is 25 years. Please underline. If we want to become a candidate, what is our age? It should be 25. And why it is only 18 years for being a voter. And there are some other restrictions on criminals, etc. But these apply in every extreme cases. Political parties nominate their candidates who get the party symbol and support. Party nomination is often called party ticket. Every person who wishes to conduct an election has to fill a nomination form. Please underline what they want to fill. nomination form and given some money as the security deposit, and they want to give some amount of money like that 5,000, like that some amount of money as security deposit. Please underline that one also. And recently a new system of declaration has been introduced on the direction of the Supreme Court. Every candidate has to make a legal declaration giving full details of, please underline that one, serious criminal cases pending against the candidate, details of the assets and the liabilities of the candidate and his or her family, educational qualification of the candidate, like that three things we want to give. And according to the Supreme Court order, please underline that one also. Then this information has to be made public. This provide an opportunity to the voter to make restrictions their decision on the basis of the information provided by the candidate. Again in the box it is given the educational qualification for the candidate. Why there is no educational qualification for holding such an important position when some kind of the educational qualification is needed for any other job in the country? Educational qualification are not relevant to all kinds of job. The relevant qualification for the selection of the Indian cricket team, for example, there is no is not attained the educational degree but the ability to play cricket well. Similarly, the relevant qualification on the being an MLA or MP is ability to understand people's concern, problems and represent their interests. Whether they can do so or not is examined by the lakhs of the examination, their voters after every 5 years. Even if education was relevant, it should be left to the people to decide how much importance they give to educational qualification. In our country, putting an educational qualification would go against the spirit of democracy or for yet other reason. It would mean depriving the majority of the country citizens the right to contest election. If, for example, the graduate or degree like BA or BCom, BSc was made as a compulsory for the candidate, more than 90% of the citizens will become ineligible to conduct election. So we can keep like that 5th standard or 4th standard, like that some educational qualification. Then given in one page, electoral law 2018 state S6 Mizoram example, it is given what all details are there in the list that you can see. Details of the part and the polling area, then the polling station details, then number of electors, like the details, everything it will be there when we are conducting the election. Then comes the election campaign. The main purpose of the election is to give people a chance to choose their representatives, the government and the policies they prefer. Therefore, it is necessary to have free and open discussion about who is the better representative, which party will make a better government, or what is good policy. This is what happened during election campaign. In our country, such a campaign takes place for 2 weeks period between the announcement of the final list of the candidate and the date of polling. During this period, candidates contact their voters, political leaders address the election meeting, and the political parties mobilize their supporters. This is also period when the newspapers and television news are full of election-related stories and debates. But election campaign is not limited to these two. Political parties start preparing for election months before or 1 year before itself, before they actually takes place. And here in Tamil Nadu already they started election campaign for next state election. In election campaign, political parties try to focus on public attention on some big issues. They want to attract the public to that issue and get to vote for their party on that basis. Let us look at some of the successful slogans given by the different political parties in various elections. Congress party led by Indira Gandhi gave a slogan of Garibi Hatao, remove poverty in Lok Sabha election of 1971. The party promised to reorient all the policies of the government to remove poverty from the country. Save Democracy was the slogan given by Janata Party under leadership of Jayaprakash Narayan in the Lok Sabha election held in 1977. The party promised to undergo the excess commitment during the emergency and restore civil liberties. The left front used the slogan for land to the tiller in the West Bengal Assembly election held in 1977. Protect the self-respect of the Telugus was the slogan given by N.T. Ramarao, the leader of the Telugu Desam Party in Andhra Pradesh Assembly election 1983. In democracy, it is based to leave the political parties and candidates free to conduct their election campaigns the way they want to. But it is sometimes necessary to regulate campaigns to ensure that every political parties and candidates get the fair and equal chance to complete. According to our election law, no party or candidate can bribe or threaten voters, appeal to them in the name of the caste and religion, use government resources for the election campaigns, and spend more than 25 lakh in constituencies for Lok Sabha election and 10 lakh in the constituency in the assembly election. And okay, we'll continue next day. Thank you. Have a